Open Your Eyes is brought to you by the Belize Bank. Our country, your bank.
Good morning and welcome to Open Your Eyes.
Start your morning, right?
I am John Palacio.
And I'm April Martinez. Good
And
morning.
thank you for joining us this morning.
Good morning, John.
Hi, good morning, April. How are you?
I'm well. How are
You
you?
look stunningly
Oh,
lovely
thank you.
today.
It's a special day.
Oh, really?
It is a special
We'll be talking about this special day shortly. I can tell you that much, but it's always a nice time sitting right here with you.
And with you.
It's always so beautiful. Speaking of beautiful, overcast skies in the city. What was that drive like?
Honestly, it didn't start to rain until I got into the city. Well, drizzle. Yeah.
Sure, you never bring that wrong.
I positive. I did. But no, it was a nice drive, very gloomy, very cool on the road, which does make a difference, you know.
Indeed, you know, it does make a difference indeed. I could tell you this much over the past few nights. That's straight Lasco. You know?
Yeah, that's straight Lasco. Last night you never...
Give the AC while he relax and then use the
Wait,
Lasco
you
make it
sleep
work.
with Lasco and AC?
April, man, you know, you definitely my face.
You that you,
Yeah.
I mean, you that the one will bring it up. So now I have to ask.
It's a beautiful morning, Belize, and we're in a beautiful country with beautiful people. We're diverse in terms of culture. We've got what we need for the most part. And you notice I use the word what we need.
Yeah.
Might not be what we want, but what we need to survive. And more so, we've got each other. And that's the most important part of anything that we live in. What's
it.
hot?
What's hot? Culture is hot. All
Culture
things
is hot, right?
culture is hot. Yeah.
Indeed, right?
Culture is hot.
Look, we're actually moving into that time where culture resonates to the highest level.
I mean, it's one of our, so we talk about holidays and so forth in Belize, and so we just had September,
Yeah.
right? But I feel like the months of August to December kind of highlight who we are as Belizean people.
Indeed.
Because, you know, August you start with Emancipation Day.
Yes.
And then you kind of highlight that for the entire month, not
Yes.
just for the day. And then you move into September celebrations, which is
Yes.
huge in Belize, and that is a all day,
That's the
every day,
biggest
an
time.
entire
That's the
month.
biggest time.
And then
Yes.
you kind of move into October, which is, you know, Indigenous resistance time. You talk about all of the different ethnic groups that had to
Ethnic, yeah.
deal with some form of colonization. And then you move into November, which is, of course, Karinago time.
Yes, Garifuna
people,
Settlement Day.
Garifuna Settlement Day. And then you move into December, that kind of lately for the past, I want to say 5-6 years, we've been honing that Creole Bram
Yes.
as a part of our Christmas
I-
traditions, no?
This has been from the inception. Look, I'll tell
Yeah.
you what, Creole Bram not just start
It never just
this
started.
time around.
I think COVID kind of helped us to see it better, amplify it. It was virtual, so everybody had access to see it.
All right, then so allow me to say that maybe it has been waving because back in the day it used to be the in thing that everybody used to do. But I go as far as to say this, especially the central part of the country, it used to resonate to the most part. Because if you go to any part of the country where it's heavy with culture, which the entire country is, but let's talk about down south in Toledo, where the Mayans are, and where the Garifunas are, and where the East Indian are. When Christmas time, it's always about tradition.
Yeah.
It's about going around to each other's household. It's about enjoying that cultural food. It's about that. But here centrally, that's where you find the Bram, the Gales Point Manatee, you know, here in Belize City, the River Valley area, all these places. And so therefore, while we might just be seeing it now holistically, nationally,
Yes.
it is because of maybe the onset of social media now and whatnot.
Everything is
But it has been out there for a long time.
I agree, and I can't help but think that we are slowly starting to embrace all of these Belizean characters, Belizean uniqueness and culture.
Speaking of culture.
Speaking of culture, we can't talk about culture without highlighting the fact that we now have Channel 5's Culture
Tuesday. Culture Tuesday.
Right.
And I am so, it is with great pride that I talk about this, April.
I saw it on the news. I saw it on the news and I was, wow, you know, it's I think that one of the important things for me anyway is that we are trying to move into a direction where you have investigative journalism taking a different route, where you're looking at good stories, good things. You are able to see the goodness of what Belize has to offer in terms of vibrancy, in terms of diversity, in terms of ethnicity, not just ethnicity, but the fact that they were highlighting Ella's Cool Spot. Yes, it's in the heart of Garifuna culture, but it's more about, well, the way I interpreted it, community resilience.
Yeah.
It is about the fact that this bad thing happened, and one of the things that, like she said about it, is that I put that behind me and I move forward.
Move forward.
And that is, honestly, that is a very Garifuna way of seeing life.
Exactly.
And so she hones that, she does that, and then she garners up the strength and say, hey, my spot burned down, but now it bigger, it better. I have all of these things coming my way. And so that is not just talking about ethnic background, but that is also talking about community coming together, helping her out, and then moving on with her spot.
You know what, you warm my heart by saying that is exactly how we as Garifuna folks would take care of business. I'd like to say we as Belizeans in a whole, because we try our best to help each other out, but we see it more. But the slogan
for Garinago is I for you and you for me.
Yeah, Aubu, Amuru no. That's I for you, you for me. Aubu, Amuru no. And that's one of the things that we continue to move on with as a stronghold. Look, it is with pride again that I big up Ella's and big up the fact that we've got Culture Tuesdays now that will be highlighting culture, especially moving into that time where this one is going to resonate and have been for umpteen years, for years across this country. And with respect to how it was for Ella, yes, it was a tragic time for her. It was a tragedy. But this is the reason why, and we hear from the eye-opener, when it comes to change, drastic change, just like the pandemic. Do you know how many MSMEs there are right now because of the pandemic?
Yeah.
That we know that we'll be feeling or reaping the benefits of economically within the next 3 to 5 years? Look at Ella's situation. Drastic, automatic change for her. Automatic change. But when Ella went out there with the community, Luma Aubo Amuruno, and everybody worked their tail off. The community came out, even the people who loved her because of her service.
She had past customers that helped her. She had past tourists that became friends that helped her. So it does speak volumes to resilience and the fact that we can continue to say Belizean people are resilient and they will find ways to make it work. And I can't highlight culture without highlight why I'm dressed this way.
All right, so let's hear that. Let's hear that.
So I think it's no secret that this is something that I do. This is something that I hold near to my heart, and it's safeguarding and preserving heritage in Belize. And we, as my organization, Heritage Education Network Belize, is officially launching their symposium today. So right after the show, virtually, I'm heading into that 3-day event where everything culture. Everything culture. You want to talk about history, you want to talk about archaeology, we were even talking about the ways that now the education system had to move from face-to-face into virtual, and how that has shifted the way Belizeans think about education, the way Belizeans interact with each other on a social level that is different now because of COVID. All of these things that people thought culture was just, or culture that meant just about Garifuna, Mestizo, it's more.
It's more than just that.
And so that symposium highlights that. And so I am so proud that Channel 5 is doing Culture Tuesday, because it kind of shows that we are taking ownership and moving in a direction that safeguards what we are and who we are.
This country is built on culture. This country within this region, and more so the world, is rich with culture, which brings me to say that because of culture is the reason why we've got hundreds of thousands of tourists visiting this country. Like, I know we got good beaches, we got good food. Food come from culture.
Yeah.
Good beaches, culture is next to these beaches. You know, so which brings me to our second what's hot that's going on at this particular point, which the Ministry of Tourism is actually trying to make Belize become that
Belize
central,
City, yeah.
yes, Belize on a whole, become this this Central and Caribbean hub.
Yeah.
Whereby you move from these areas of Central America or South America, you come to Belize and you traverse the Caribbean. Move from Caribbean, you come to Belize and you move into Central or South America.
Yeah.
This is a plus for this country
I
with
always
respect to
say- I
that, and
always
that's
say
one of the
that,
things that's hot.
Belize is six different countries pretending to be one. Because
think so?
Okay, so I mean, I said pretending to be one, but like
Yes.
we're harmonious in a way where the minute you drive, so going from north to south, right?
Yeah.
The minute you come out of Corozal, you know you're in Orange Walk. You don't need a sign to tell you. The vibe has already changed. And then you come down and you stretch into Belize District.
Belize District.
Again, the
You
vibe
know
has
you're in,
already changed. And
Yeah.
I mean, we like talk about Cayo, Belmopan, and all of these places, but even so, even if you want deem Belmopan to be this quote unquote boring, not another place.
No, man,
But
no,
anyways,
no.
I will talk about the reason why that's important, because the minute you step into Belmopan, it is a different vibe.
It's a
you
different
go down
vibe.
into Santa Elena and San Ignacio are deemed the twin towns of
the
Cayo.
Cayo, yeah.
But I will call them fraternal twins because you know the minute you step out Elena, you're in San Ignacio. It's a different
It's a different vibe.
And the same thing when
and
you
you
go
know,
down south.
and heading down to Benke, it's a different vibe as well.
Right.
You know, so it's like, whoa.
You know you
Yeah.
are somewhere else, but you're still in Belize. And then you head down to Stand Creek, different vibe. You head down to PG, different vibe. And the minute you hit like Barranco, you know you've gone too far. Like, you got all the way down, you catch a boat, you go down to Livingston, and you're in a different country.
Different
then.
country, just like that.
Just like that.
And this is the reason why I continue to say that we are that country that is situated the best spot in the world. That's the reason
No
why
place like
it is with
Belize.
great pride that I say I, Nuguya, while I'm a Garifuna Belizean, I'm a Belizean with pride for this country. I can tell you that much. But like I said, that was one of the second things, you know, that with the interest of time, of course, one of the second things I wanted to chit-chat about with respect to tourism and how the Ministry of Tourism is actually trying to make Belize become that hub between Central America, South America, and of course, the Caribbean. That would be a great marriage. It needs to happen. I think it would be great for us because we actually tap into our brothers and sisters in the Caribbean, which would make things much more easier. You know, if you get to Jamaica or one of these places, you've got to go to Miami or you've got to go all the way down to Panama. So, you know, we need to do what we have to do here.
We had your brothers from Kakub here yesterday
Yes.
and the week before, and we just kept insisting direct flights. Direct flights. Are we going to do that? Because, you know, it's one of the things that stop us from knowing our Caribbean brothers and sisters, the fact that we can't afford to get there and then they can't afford to come here either. So when they actually come to Belize and they say, oh my goodness, but this reminds me of Trinidad, or this reminds
Guyana.
me of
This area of Belize reminds me of Guyana.
Yeah.
This area reminds me of, you know, Jamaica. Because we all have something in common.
Yeah, so that connection, it has to happen. I am hoping that these are in the works, because to be somebody that wants to travel and is well traveled and knows the world and has never been to a Caribbean island that is pretty much next door to us.
Next door.
I mean, Minister Mala, please put in a favor. Direct flights.
Well, that's what they're working on at this particular point. But nonetheless, we need to move on. It's
Yes. The time is
just like that, like
going.
right,
It's
like
so-
really that. Because one of the things that we do is actually having these conversations here for you. But we do hope that it's a conversation starter for you as well. Because not only here it is supposed to happen, let's make it happen with your peers. Speaking of happening with your peers, we'll continue to motivate you with the eye opener taken from dailyom.com. And it goes like this, and I love the topic. I'll share that with you right now. The topic of this one says, sometimes a part of us must die before another part can come to life. April, you know, sometimes a part of us must die before another part can come to life. Even though this is a natural and necessary part of our growth, it is often painful or, if we don't realize what's happening, confusing and disorienting. In fact, confusion and disorientation are often the messengers that tell us a shift is taking place within us. These shifts happen throughout the life of all humans as we move from infancy to childhood to adolescence and beyond. With each transformation or transition from one phase to another, we find ourselves saying goodbye to an old friend, the identity that we formed in order to move through that particular time. We may feel a strange mixture of exhilaration and sadness as we say goodbye to a part of ourselves that is dying and make way for a whole new identity to emerge in its place. We may find inspiration in working with the image of an animal who molts or sheds in order to make way for new skin or fur or feathers to emerge. For example, keeping a duck feather or some other symbol of transformation can remind us that death and rebirth are simply nature's way of evolving. We can surrender to this process, letting go of our past self with great love and gratitude, and welcoming the new with an open mind and heart, ready for our next phase of life. Macaroni and cheese dinner. That one is heavy.
You know, we often, when we think about death and we think about mourning and the way we mourn someone that has passed, the preparations, the things that go into effect are not necessarily just for the person that has passed. They are for you, the person that is feeling that loss and trying to reconcile with it. And I think that that goes in hand with this eye-opener, because once you have accepted this loss, you've accepted this, you have done your preparations, you have done your funerary practices, you've said your goodbyes to the spirit of that person, they can move on, and so can you. And then you move on to a new chapter, and they have moved on to their next chapter in the after, right? And I think that that goes hand in hand with this.
Yeah.
Because once you have embraced that is gone, you're able to move forward.
You're able
with
to
a
transition
light
into
and-
new, yes.
Yeah.
And you know, I love that you took it there, because when I read this over, I read it over a few times and I thought to myself, you know, what was my mindset back in the day when I was maybe 19, then when I was 25, and then when I was 30, 35, and now 40. And I said, you know what, making that transition for the most part might have seemed, because look, there's some people you think hard to actually get to that age, but you could never ever drag it on.
Yeah.
It will happen regardless.
Yeah.
But your mindset actually changes. And then I wonder to myself, people really do recognize when their mindset have changed? I wonder.
I think it comes in phases where you are slowly creeping. You want to change maybe an aspect of your life or a dynamic, and you might think that it's a one-track way of getting there, but then you end up zigzagging through all of these spaces that you didn't realize is actually taking you to that next phase.
But I love the eye-opener.
I love this eye-opener
I
for this
feel
morning.
it's one to reckon with, and it happens for everybody. It happens for life, because look, there is a transition from dusk to late night, to actually dawn, to mid-morning, to midday, to mid-afternoon. All these things are transition, and you could actually see it. You could actually see it. It's a different look throughout the day, but it transitions, and it happens with you, your life, as you grow, as you get older, but it becomes with wisdom.
But then at the end of the day, you're still you. I think that one of the things that people are afraid of when we have to make these changes or these transitions is that you're going to lose yourself or your identity, but you are still you, and you are still honing who you were, but you're just recreating yourself in a new light.
I can't wait for B45.
Okay, John.
I hear your dream. But nonetheless, it's a great conversation to have. With respect. I don't know why, just to say it. But it is a great conversation to have, and I think you should have the conversation as well. It's important that you have these conversations with your peers, because it will help you to make that transition into the next you.
Okay.
All right. Speaking of making a transition, what do you say we transition into the weather? Huh?
Let's transition into the weather.
It's a little moist out. It's a little. I love the feel. I like the temperature at this particular point. Derek Rudon is there with us. Chief.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Chief. How are you? How are you today, sir?
I am doing good, sir. Thank you. How
All
are
right.
you?
He sound like this weather, yeah. They
Yeah,
make
this
you want to
weather.
go back in at his bed,
Yeah.
go sleep a little bit, me too.
Yeah. Look, I'll tell you what, Chief. The weather is nice, man.
Yes,
The weather is beautiful. But let's jump on into it. Let's talk about the general situation and we go from there.
Okay, conditions have become relatively moist over our area, and that will support showers at times with thunder.
With thunder, I like that you said that. The 24-hour forecast, what should we expect?
Okay, for today we can expect sunny skies with cloudy spells, with a few showers or thunderstorms, mainly over the coast at first, and then we're expecting the showers and the thunderstorms to spread inland after mid-morning.
All right.
Tonight will be cloudy at times with a few showers and isolated thunderstorms, mostly over southern districts.
All right. And because the weather feels like this, the winds are blowing from where?
At the moment, Belize City, it's like northwest. But we're expecting the winds to become northeasterly at 5 to 15 knots.
All right. So that means we should be having some cool weather, cool temperatures?
Kind of cool, but if the sun comes out, it should warm up pretty quickly. So we're expecting 87 along the coast, 92 inland, and 80 degrees up in the hills. Then for tonight, 78 along the coast, 72 inland, 66 in the mountains.
All right. So let's talk about the extended forecast. What should we expect for the next few days?
Okay, for Thursday, tomorrow, we're expecting partly cloudy skies with generally isolated showers or thunderstorms. And then after that, we're expecting showers to gradually increase as the days go along to the weekend.
And so we are in the hurricane season, and there is something actually panning the way of Central America. What should we expect from this? Is it something that we should look out for? And where is it at this point?
Okay, we are monitoring the system very closely because it has a good chance to develop into. Presently, the system there's a broad area of low pressure near the southern Windward Islands.
Okay.
So if I'm to say where it's located, it's near Trinidad area, right?
Okay.
And moving generally west at 15 miles an hour, and there's a medium chance in 2 days for it to develop and a high chance in 5 days. So it's likely going to develop into a tropical depression and heading generally west in our area, towards our area.
All right. But and finally, the trajectory of these storms forming off the coast of Africa now shifts into our area. Is that so? Especially in the month of October?
Right. The development area shifts as the season go along, and in October, then sometimes it's usually in the southwestern Caribbean Sea. Right. But this one isn't in the southwestern Caribbean Sea; it's way over the southeastern Caribbean, but likely to develop. So we have to monitor it because it will be in our neighborhood maybe by Sunday.
All right. Well, Chief, we're so grateful that you joined us this morning. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, so there we go, April. Now we know exactly what to expect with the weather.
We will be keeping updated, of course, and on the newscast tonight, you can check out more updates from the Belize Meteorological Service.
All right, we need to move on with the show, though, as we've got three wonderful topics lined up for you. The first one is going to be with the Minister of Youth, Sports and Transportation, along with his CEO, as they'll be chit-chatting us or joining us this morning to chat about the transportation or transport reform, also public transport fleet and possible fare increase and much more. So that's going to be our first topic for this morning.
Heavy topic this morning, but we're going to be moving right into the job opportunities that are up and coming and available by the RCCPPO. And they'll be in studio to talk to us about how you can be involved with them, how you can get with them, and the opportunities that they have for young Belizeans.
All right, sounding good. Looking forward to that. Did you know they have over 3 1,000 employees at RCC BPO.
It's a growing organization, especially in Belize, and they have vacancies.
Yeah.
So if you are fresh out of high school and you need a job, if you are fresh out of college and you need a job, those are the places to go.
It's a great place to start. It actually puts you into the workforce, work environment, indeed. We'll be joining actually for the third segment. Did you know that today is World Teachers Day? And we'll be celebrating that by having infant students to join us this morning to, in a quick little learning session with us right here on set. Looking forward to that.
So always excited to have those kids in studio. And I am looking forward to it. But before we get into all of that, of course, we're going to take our first break and we'll be back with more Open Your Eyes. So stay tuned.
Everyone, including our elderly, needs to stay connected with their loved ones. With Smart's Golden Citizen broadband program, senior citizens can sign up for 10 megabytes of unlimited internet at a low monthly cost of $25. Citizens over 65 can sign up with a valid ID and receive free installation plus 1 month free on selected broadband plans. Visit a Smart showroom near you for more information on how you can enjoy Smart's Golden Citizen broadband program. Smart, bringing people together.
Your life just got a lot less complicated with Belize Bank Contactless MasterCard Debit Card. Introducing our Standard Debit and MasterCard Platinum Debit Cards. Now you can make purchases anywhere MasterCard is accepted with one tap, pay and go. Your contactless card never has to leave your hands, especially in these times. And your card is embedded with multiple layers of security. Platinum card holders get to enjoy extra benefits like price protection, purchase protection, trip inconvenience, and luggage protection, just to name a few. Start enjoying a cashless lifestyle today with the Belize Bank.
It's here! Introducing Cellular World's virtual store, providing you with an easy and reliable way to shop conveniently, anytime, anywhere. It's easy as click, chat, and shop. Simply add us to WhatsApp at 615-5141 and chat with any of our virtual shopping experts to inquire about your desired products. Place your order, arrange your payment via bank transfer, choose your preferred shipping method, and enjoy your purchase upon receipt. Start shopping at Cellular World's virtual store, and you will be entered to win cash and other prizes daily. And that's not all. Take advantage of our exclusive virtual shopping promotions, more prizes, and surprises. So don't delay. Add us to WhatsApp and start shopping virtually today. Cellular World. Low prices, more choices.
¿Reúnes los requisitos para la amnistía 2022? Esta es tu oportunidad de aplicar. En el sitio web www.immigration.gov.bz encontrarás una lista completa de todos los documentos necesarios para la amnistía según los criterios para los que eres elegible. Asegúrese de reunir todos los documentos generales y de respaldos necesarios y las traducciones necesarias. Haz tu cita en línea con cualquiera de nuestros centros de registro a nivel nacional. Ahí presentarás tus documentos y completarás las entrevistas requeridas. Después, se te entregará un recibo de aceptación. Mientras esperas una decisión sobre tu solicitud, puedes seguirlo en línea y saber cuándo será el pago en la oficina de tesorería del gobierno más cercana. Una vez completa, recibirás tu tarjeta de residencia permanente que muestra tu estado legal en Belice. Obtenga más información sobre la amnistía 2022 y cómo presentar tu solicitud en línea en www.immigration.gov.bz. Prepárate, el plazo de inscripción será del 2 de agosto al 30 de noviembre de 2022. Amnistía de Belice 2022. Continuemos construyendo Belice juntos.
Great Belize Productions Channel 5, proud winner of 9 Caribbean Media Awards for 2021. Best Investigative Report, Best News Item, Best Coverage of People with Disabilities, Best Financial Literacy Journalism, Best Videographer, Best Television Commercial Spot, and the People's Choice Award, with 2 special mentions for Financial Literacy Journalism.
Are you looking for low-cost television advertising? Have we got a deal for you? Advertise on Channel 5's Daily Classifieds. Channel 5's Daily Classifieds is one of the most effective methods for introducing yourself and your business to the community. Use our Daily Classifieds to recruit employees, promote specials, promote your products or services, promote a business opportunity, increase traffic to your website, and advertise items you have for sale. Let us help you to save valuable time and money. Call us today at 280-0013 or visit us at our offices on Coney Drive to discuss how we can help your business grow affordably. Channel 5 Daily Classifieds. Advertise today.
Welcome back to Open Your Eyes, and we're moving now into our first topic for the morning. This one is all about the Ministry of Youth, Sports, Transportation joining us this morning to chat about transport reform, public transportation fleet, and much more. The topic is actually a wide one. In to talk to us is the Minister of Youth, Sports, and Transportation himself, the Honorable Rodwell Ferguson, and he's joined by his CEO in the Ministry of Youth, Sports, and Transportation, Marconi Leal. Good morning and welcome, guys.
Good morning and thanks for having us.
Morning. Yeah, you guys have that look on your face over the drive from Abel Punch. They've got that look for some reason or the other. Yeah. But it's always nice to have you guys in. You know, Minister, we've had wide topics before, and I feel that today is no different so with Mr. Leal. But let's start with the hot thing at this particular point. There is one thing that is actually wreaking not necessarily havoc, but at the same time it is the hot topic at this point. We know that the Supreme Court has granted the Belize Bus Association the ability to get for judicial review. Let's talk about, and I'd like to come to you with this, Minister. Let's talk about that, what it means for you, knowing that you've put things forth and asking these bus owners that, hey, we need to shape up by the end of the year. What's your thoughts on this?
Yeah, good morning. And first of all, we live in a democracy.
Yeah.
And so everybody has the right to take a matter to the courts.
Yes.
Whatever the end decision is, then we have to abide by that. But let us start from how we reached there.
How we got there, yes, how we got there.
We had a bus, Griga Line, was running that particular one from Dangriga to Belize City, I believe. The owner of Griga Line passed away. And when we did the research, Griga Line never actually have a road service permit. It was expired many years ago. So he asked another bus to run in its place. And so that bus never had the road service permit to run. And when Florella came in, we are saying then we will accept this major upgrade, and we want to satisfy the commuters. And so we asked Florella to fit in that slot, which I think leave Dangriga at 6:30 if I can recall. And then we did that. Then the guy from it's a subsidiary of James, I can't remember the name, Bus Line, one of the brothers, and he was doing the run, but illegally because actually was under Griga Line's name, and he's not Griga Line. And so we told him that you have to discontinue the run. So he got very upset, and he said, well, he's going to meet with the association, and they're going to take it to court. And so it went up into the court of Belize. I think the lawyer is Barrow and Williams. And so we did our research internally, along with the AG ministry, and then we said, well, we don't see anything that we can lose the case, because this one was not officially under this particular bus.
And the license
Yeah.
have been expired.
Has been expired. And so we are waiting for the day in court. We have now given the AG all what she need to have to be able to go and defend the Ministry of Transportation. But I say, everybody have a right to go to court and do what they have to do, and we will see the end result. But so far, I guess, whatever the case may be, we'll go work with.
How long have these discussions with the bus association been going prior to the court case?
All right, I became the Minister of Transportation in December of 2020.
Yes.
And we have a very young staff in the ministry. Marconi, I guess, is about 32, 33 years old. All of them is around his age. And so they are very innovative.
Yes.
And they want to figure out how can we improve a ministry that was substandard. And there was no standard in the Ministry of Transportation. And so I aligned with them and said together we are going to make a difference. And so we gave the bus people a notice that might be around maybe January or February of 2021. That come June 2022, we want to see an upgrade. We want to see a transformation of the service you offer begins. Time goes so fast, and June 2022 was approaching. And I don't see anything happen. So we brought them in, and I give them an extension to December 2022, which is as closely approaching. And I told the CEO that there'll be no more deadlines, that's it. So December 2022, we don't expect you to change your entire fleet, but I want to see a gradual transformation into something different.
Right, so that was going to be my question, because they're saying that it's too short notice, and I was going to ask, what is it that you mean by transformation? What is it that they're supposed to do? Because the claim, or I guess the concept is that they have to change the entire bus, right? They need new bus, and we can't do that till December 2022.
We can't do it by December.
So what else, I guess, comes with the transformation?
No, they have to be real with you all, because this, I think this is the only time the bus association have ever sat down with any minister at least twice a month for have a dialogue and a discussion. So we told them we're not expecting to bring in a 2022 bus like Florida, because it costs almost $400,000 for a bus. I think the CEO and the CTO and our planners sat down and said we're going to do different tiers, and we're saying if we can't afford one new bus, we are saying from 2010, 2005, whatever the case may be, we must move away from the school buses.
From the Bluebird school buses?
The Bluebird school buses. We are saying if you bring one later model Bluebird and you change the seat from the school children bus to a bucket seat, that could be an alternative likewise. Because we try to give the passenger one traveling comfort.
Comfortable ride, yes.
Right now, we have buses on the highway, maybe 30, 35 years old. And the seating arrangement is not adequate for adults, it's for children.
It's for children.
And so I was asking them to figure out how we can upgrade and improve to satisfy the customer. So when I put on no pressure to say your bus do X, Y, and Z with 2022 buses like Florida. But their biggest contention was that we brought in Florida, and they are saying that we're in the industry for many years. But there was no sign of improvement. And so when we brought in Florida, we want to show them that, you know what, this is what we are talking about. We're not expected to reach that particular standard, but this is what we want to achieve over the years.
But, you know, and that with you, you know, and I think this is one of the things that we alluded to in a conversation, whereby one of the things that passengers are actually looking forward to, it might not be in 2022, but we just want that you're on time, you do your part, you get there when you're supposed to get there, you be the express that you're supposed to be. No. The bus owners, and I'm sure they're saying this, that this is a time of hardship. We don't have the money to. Well, we can't bring everybody. The last time when we were locked down, everybody had to wear a mask. It was no standees. You had to sit down at this seat, but you missed the seat, forget on this seat, which simply means that we don't have the capital to put in the necessary changes that you're actually asking for. How do you answer to that? How do you respond to this? And is the ministry looking to provide any kind of financing to these guys?
Change, look at this one.
Sure.
Changes bring problem and progress bring problem. Everybody wants business to remain as it is for over the period until now. I understand where you're coming from, and we explain to them clearly, and they also understand that we want it gradually, and we already talked to the National Bank. And we asked National Bank, how can you facilitate them? National Bank said, if I want to facilitate you with a loan, I have to make sure I know how I get back pay. So they wanted to introduce the e-wallet to them. And so that every passenger ride the bus will have to get a card, and then they pay by the card, so the bank can monitor every day how much they make, what their expenses, and what is your revenue.
And I think that's fair enough.
Exactly. But some of them are reluctant and say, oh, government want to know exactly how much do they make. So they are reluctant and say, okay, I don't want to go e-wallet because all my income will be exposed to government. That was not the intention. We are trying to help them, and we still want to help them. We don't have to take note of the industry. That is not our intention, but we want to improve and upgrade.
To you?
So I think, like Minister said, we've been having, over the past almost 2 years, a lot of consultation with bus operators, and we're all clear on the challenges that we have and the opportunities that we have. One of the key opportunities that bus operators immediately highlighted to the Minister and I was, we want to upgrade, but we only get 2 years permit, and we can only get a 2-year loan. And so Cabinet supported a 10-year permit. And so they're all aware that if you want to upgrade, you can now get a 10-year loan, you can go to the bank, you can upgrade your bus. And I think earlier this year that was approved, that was communicated to bus operators, you upgrade, you can get a 10-year permit. That was the number one item. Second to that, they got price increase. Of course, we associate the price increase with the fuel price, but there was a price increase. And in addition to that price increase to commuters, there was an additional subsidy to support them because of the high fuel price. So to say that we haven't put in the necessary measures in place to support some form of transition in the past month, we have. What we're doing, and we're finalizing with the support of consultants as a part of our public transportation reform project, is that we're finalizing the actual standards that we'll be rolling out in the coming months. And they have visibility into this, and they've had visibility into this for some time. In terms of, we know the current buses that they're operating won't work. And of course, the priority in terms of high standards is our highway runs, because we have highways, we have the village buses that we said they have to be different terms in terms of the standards. It requires different level of investment because of the different roads that they'll be utilizing. So those are the things, and those are the conversations that we've been having to ensure that, like we say, a part of Plan Belize speaks to the modernization of the public transport system. And the fleet is the number one touch point in terms of the public transport fleet, in addition to the terminals and different things that we know that we need to modernize.
Right, and that was one of their talking points, that the terminals are not up to par either. So when you all sit with the bus association, how do you quell their needs versus what
you're
Yeah. So at the same time, they are aware that we're working on upgrading the terminals, and the terminals countrywide. We're looking at financing. So definitely the speed at what we would want to go to support that level of finances is not immediate. It doesn't happen in 6 months to a year. So they are aware, and in every consultation we've reminded them that we are working towards upgrading terminals, and it doesn't only include the terminals where they are, but also we know that at some point we need to look at bigger terminals where we can facilitate more of the traffic. And a perfect example is Belize City, where we have different touch points across that vicinity around Pong Yard. And so they are aware that we're working on that, and there's movement in terms of where we're moving in terms of new terminals and facilities.
So Minister, what happens at the end of December if one of the operators or the operators, the Belize Bus Association, does not comply with your stern words of December, and no other explanation from there, extension from there. What happens then?
First of all, before I respond to that, John, we have maybe 3 major operators in the country, maybe about 10 buses. All the rest might have less than 10 buses, maybe less than 5. And so we are saying it is time for you to come together and form a corporation and work together as a team. So when you make a presentation to us, you represent all those small operators that is along with you. Because I told them blankly, if you don't come from Carousel with only 1 bus, you don't get one renewal. Because when that 1 bus breaks down, you have no replacement.
Yes.
But if you're a part of a corporation, you can be as well, my bus broke down, and I want to take over. We have the BBOC, which is not comprised of all operators across the country.
Yes.
And so I want to see that they sort of get together and form this corporation among themselves, that when they come with one talk to us, and we try to address all their situations. So, December 2022, we told them categorically clear that when they tell you that they have to upgrade 100%, but I want to see that gradual transformation into that. So we expect that at least by December, you might see about 15-20% of new fleets, not brand new fleets, but coach buses start to come into the country, especially on the main highway. I see some Orange Walk last week advertised 2 buses. Beautiful coaches, not brand new, but they're adequate for what we want. And a few other companies might start though 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and eventually on seat. So at the end of December, we're going to do an assessment. And I figure if we have satisfied what we want. And I say it's unfortunate that some of the permits are for 2 years at this particular juncture. So if we don't see any light at the end of the tunnel, then you have to say, okay, well, we come to December 2022, then you have to figure out how we're going to part ways at the particular juncture. Because we have to meet what we want to satisfy the commuter.
Do you cut their permit there and then?
Your permit is for 2 years. So I don't cut the permit. But like when you go on a contract, your contract expires.
Yes.
So your contract expires after 2 years. So then there's a board, there's a transport board. I'm not the board. The board will decide that if I give back John his permit after December 2022, if you can verify to us what is your plan of action to do better for the commuter.
What are your thoughts or your answers when the bus association says the highway is oversaturated with buses? Because in the eyes of the commuter, I stand up and wait for like an hour, to wait for bus. So how does that work? And how do you, I guess, divide amongst the various operators who runs, and maybe that will give us a clear indication of what they mean by saturation.
So bus operators, they are aware that we've been doing a study in terms of scheduling, because scheduling is a massive problem in terms of we might have too many buses at certain point during peak hours, but we might also have too little, in that you go to the terminal and you see people rushing to a bus, and they're rushing because they want a seat, and it's, in many cases, it's because a new bus needs to be added. But then we also need to study, is it that because only 5 or 6 other individuals would be in that second bus if we add it, and then it impacts the revenue of the first bus? Or do we need to schedule it 15 minutes after, 30 minutes after? So a comprehensive study has been done on that, where we're getting the presentation from international consultants who's done this. They've been on the ground, they had individuals sitting there, getting the numbers, digitizing that data so that we could properly analyze it. And bus operators are aware that changes are coming in terms of scheduling, but it is for the benefit of them and commuters. In many cases, you find operators, because we had all these permits, and a perfect example is during COVID. The traffic was not there, and in some cases, bus operators came in to say, I will not be running this run because it is no longer beneficial to us. We have a 7 o'clock, we have a 7:30, we have a 8 o'clock. We're not going to be running the 7:30, but we're going to pay for the permit because we don't want somebody else to get the permit. And so that is what we do going forward in terms of scheduling. We analyze the data to make sure that we're adding buses when it's needed, and we're reducing the buses when it's not needed. And in many cases, we've had a really good example and we've had really good successes. I think Ladyville is a good example where we did a study. We were at the Halova Bridge. We saw the traffic coming with buses, only three individuals in a bus. It's not profitable for you to be running from Ladyville to Belize with three with 7. It's off-peak hours. So we've always told bus operators, do the math. It's important for you to do the math to realize that while peak hours you're making money, during the off-peak hours you're not. And when we do the study, we will be reducing, but we prefer that you come to us and tell us that, you know what, during these hours we're not making, we'd like to change the schedule, and let's work together. A big aspect of that is, like Minister said, in terms of substandards, in terms of having transport planners, we did not have that capacity to say, you get a call, they're telling you about this problem, send out somebody to do that study. So we're almost at the point where we'll have 4 transport planners within the ministry who, when we have these problems, or their daily job is sitting at the terminals or getting that monthly data or that weekly data, analyzing it, seeing where we need to reduce, we need to add, we need to change the schedule. So that's how we're trying to optimize that as much as possible.
How are you planning to dissolve conflict with bus operators that will want those peak hours?
Or how do you apply for peak hours? How do you get peak hours as a bus operator?
Because if you need to run in the hours, everybody want to run 8 o'clock.
Yeah. So how do you do that?
You don't apply for it because it's already saturated. And so who gets the run is, if you're the bus operator that has that run, it's met its capacity, there's the need for an additional bus, then more than likely you're the bus operator who gets that run. And you're the bus operator who would know of this scenario and put in the application to the transport board, and more than likely would get that.
I think primarily we've spoken about fleets and what the ministry is actually looking forward to from the Belize Bus Association. But let's talk about public transportation and their fleet. I got to understand that we're in the future. We're talking, right? This is not the 90s. You know, it's a late 2022 now. Electric buses. How the feasibility of electric buses in Belize, and how close are we to that?
The government's agenda is we need to move to electric buses. We know about climate change, we know about all our commitments in terms of our NDCs, our new NDCs that we submitted, and 70% of emissions comes from the public transport fleet. And so a few years ago, the EU said we want to support Belize in terms of this transition, and it could be a massive impact if we move to electric buses. So that project is now here. The implementation agency is UNDP. We're piloting 5 electric buses. And I think the way we're structuring the pilot, it definitely supports where we want to go in a few years once we have the output, once we have the data of these electric buses. So we have 5 electric buses that will definitely be in country in the next year. And more than likely earlier, but definitely in the next year they'll be on the ground. We're finalizing the structure of that, how we manage it, because a key element of it is getting the data on our terrain, in our climate, having our bus operators understand, having the ministry understand, having the Department of Energy understand, BEL getting full data of the electricity consumption. We get a hands-on experience on the different options that we have for charging these stations. So the pilot is going to support where we want to go in the future. And so that's where we are in terms of we're going to the future, and we're going to be there very fast in a few years. We'll have the models. We have consultants that will come in to support us to educate the Department of Transport and bus operators, the type of financing we're going to use, where we seek this financing. So all of that is coming, and it's going to come fast. We know the price of fuel is going up, and so the maths is there to support. We need to transition to electric buses. The biggest challenge is going to be our current bus operators willing to make that investment to move to where we need to go because of the cost benefit. The cost benefit and the impact to the environment. It will require a significant investment, but it's not an investment for them to lose. But it's a $700,000 bus we're talking about. It's
Yeah.
a $900,000 bus.
Yeah.
It's a significant investment, but the math is there, and like Minister would say, when you're looking at the expense associated with that, majority of bus operators right now, 60 to 70% of their costs on a daily basis is the fuel.
Yeah.
That reduced significantly, and the electricity that they'll be consuming to charge that bus is significantly low. So the additional disposable income will be there for them to pay that loan. And so that's what we're hoping the success is going to be there, to show bus operators that transitioning to electric bus and making that significant investment is the right decision in many different ways.
Would that then change like your analysis towards how many buses you schedule for the hour or so, because the understanding of how electric buses run are a little bit slower in terms of mileage than the average bus that
With
runs
fuel,
on fuel.
yeah.
So how does that then change the data that you're willing to put out? Will you need more buses
I
then?
don't think so. With technology, they are reaching the standard of the other buses with their speed. So that will change over the years, because if you go electric control worldwide, then they have to meet that speed. I think the ideal situation would be that if we can find the funds to secure for all operators and buy electric buses across the board for them one time. So I'm doing some research, and if I could find a package deal and then go to the government, now you need to have a government guarantee over a 10-year period and maybe lease these buses to these operators so they can reach the standard that we want.
Yeah.
That might be the ideal situation. So we are not leaving them behind. Okay, we are trying to find every possible avenue for them.
Yeah. And so now with the interest of the climbing of fuel across the country, we could see that. Will there be an increase to public transportation for passengers? Do we foresee any such thing happening?
There was an increase about 3 or 4 months ago. They brought us their wish list, and they said they want X, Y, and Z. And we never want to burden the commuter with that increase that they requested. So amongst ourselves, we decided to get the data from them and send a document to Cabinet and ask them for a subsidy along with the increase. So if I can recall, anything below 25 miles, the increase I think was 25 cents. And then they go from different category, 25, 50 cents, and $1. While they had those figures maybe double or triple. But we were able to come to terms on an agreement, and they agreed that they are going to get a subsidy. And so if you notice, the price of diesel is kept at $13.50. And then I think that $13.50 we're still getting a subsidy to help them get over the hump.
Yeah.
So we are doing everything possible to work with them. One thing they do, and I appreciate them, they applaud us for being the only Ministry of Transportation that sit down with them and give them a subsidy. And try to be reasonable with them. Because over the years they were trying to, they weren't successful. But we sit down with them every so often and try to help them because we know that they're in need.
Well, in terms of keeping with the conversation of the fare, how has the ministry monitored that the bus operators are keeping to the fare that you all have agreed to?
We don't need to monitor that because commuters monitor it. And so we've given visibility in press release, and the numbers are out there of what it should be by. We spent in advertising to get that mass communicated. But if an operator tries to charge someone more than what they should be charged, we get that call quickly about their charging.
Yes.
So we don't have
the
to
people actually use for information, call this number, and they actually call and say, then they charge me $1 more.
It's more personal, whether it is to our terminal unit, and mainly it's our terminal unit. I saw that you guys put out it should be from $3.50 to $4, but they're charging me $4.50. Can you please check on this? So it's mainly at the terminal unit, and then it's communicated to us, and then we address it with the owners of the buses. Because at times you find out that it's the conductor or it's the bus driver. It's not necessarily the operator. So that's how we monitor it.
So we're quickly running out of time, but I think, if I'm not mistaken, I've heard of bus owners' reluctance to actually get their books seen, because I think it's very important that if the ministry and the bus owners can see what the not remuneration, but what these funds are, will know better how to suffice you. Is there a reluctance from the bus owners or the bus owners association to show you know what, this is what we're making, this is how things are? Does that only happen when they're not making enough, or how do you deal with this? I think this is very important for folks to understand, that in order for me to be helped, then more than likely you need to know, all right, John, you're only to get $100, so I could say if we could do it at $150.
John, I think the operators recognize that we are serious. And every time I go and talk show, I maintain my position. And so they will eventually come along. And I said, we want to work with them.
Yeah.
We don't want to eliminate them. So I believe strongly that they will agree and understand that they need to open up their books to the bank or any institution who wants to lend them money. I'm not put money per year, you can't tell me what are you making.
Yeah.
And what happens, most of them operate from day to day. So at the end of the day, I might say, oh, I make $50, I make $70, I can buy my groceries, I can feed my family. But you want to graduate from that level to improve them, and better for them in the long run.
Yeah. Totally.
Final thoughts, CEO and Minister. What is it that you really want the people to know?
About the transportation system in this country.
I want Belizeans to know that we are here to transform the public transportation system. We're looking at busitos, because a lot of people use busitos. We're looking at standards for taxi. And so we're here to put the policies in place to make the necessary enhancement. But at the same time, we want to make it sustainable. So earlier you asked the question about price increase. We are going to not increase price if it is not totally necessary. And so there is nothing in the near future to say that there's going to be any price increase. But I think commuters want to know, and we've said it a few times, we're looking at the terminals, we're looking at scheduling, we're looking at the regulations that we know should have been there for many years. And so those things are in the pipeline, and we have a strong team. We're building capacity in the Department of Transport to ensure that those things that are in the pipeline could actually be implemented and executed for the betterment of Belizeans.
And finally, for me, one of the biggest things, and we've been saying this a lot, that one of the biggest things for people to want to actually be on board is the buy-in. Since the inception of you becoming the Minister of Transport with your CEO, what would you say would be some of the things that people noticed to say, yes, there is transformation going on, or the look of transformation that's going on within the Ministry of Transport?
Well, first of all, I'll be very factual. When we came in, there was practically no standard in the Ministry of Transportation. Right away, we started to make some implementation. The terminals in particular, it might not be the best, but we tried to improve at least the bathrooms. And the bathroom revenue is the biggest revenue for a terminal. And my song's insignificant, but it is.
It is significant.
At one point in time, it used to bring in like $600,000 a year. And then that figure declined to maybe 100,000.
Wow.
And so when we look at it, when we came in, I told the CEO that over the years it had made so much, and why the decline? And so right away we start to install cameras in the terminal's bathroom area. So we have cameras installed in Belmopan and Belize already. And then we see that revenue start to increase back. There were stalls in all the terminals where it's rent to the public. That funds was not coming in. And so when we took over, we make sure that every revenue from government of Belize go into the general revenue. So we have increased the revenue for transportation maybe 100% since we took over in 2020. And I like the staff, and I want to applaud them that we're working with. Everybody wants to see improvement. And so I, as a minister, I don't want to leave this ministry. I've left it the way I find it. I want, when I leave, if election come 3 years and I lose, I want to feel comfortable and happy that I have improved the Ministry of Transportation. Because it is one of the ministry that it is one of the worst in terms of putting things together. And so we want to make a difference.
ticketing system, any of that coming up? Is that in the pipeline? Is it going on right now?
No.
What does a ticket mean? That I have a seat, right? Just to check.
April, man. But guys, you know, we're so thankful that you were able to come on with us this morning to answer these questions, because it is important for Belizeans to understand how important the transportation department, the transport is within, public transportation is within the country. So we're so thankful. Honorable Rodwell Ferguson, thank you. CEO Marconi Leal, thank you. Any final words, or are we good?
Yeah, we're for final words.
All right, sir.
You always make minister have final words.
Ticketing is a must. And likewise tracking of the buses. So once we improve our fleet, improve our terminals, we'll make sure that there will be a ticketing system, and likewise tracking the movement of the bus. Florella came in, and they can track their bus, the amount of speed. If a tire is punctured, they can do everything. So likewise, the Ministry of Transportation will do suit once we improve and upgrade the system. As an elected representative in American constituency, I can't be the man with the plan, because I'm always the look for new innovation.
Of course.
I represent 26 villages with limited resources. And when I get the resources, I have to make sure it is shared equally amongst them. Because if I do something at Independence, the man at Middlesex 40 miles away don't even know what I do there. So I have to do something at Middlesex likewise. And so as the minister responsible for transportation, I have to maintain my position. I'm sorry. I want to see change. I want to see upliftment. I want to see it upgrade.
All right, Minister, thank you.
Thank you. And with that, we are going to take our next break, and we'll be back with our second conversation for this morning. So stay tuned.
Technology is ubiquitous, and it's transforming how, when, and where we work. Fulltech Systems is placing award-winning devices in the hands of information workers, allowing them to work without compromise in a world without wires, to innovate, create, and to maximize productivity anytime, anywhere, satisfying the needs of the desk-centric remote and field worker and every other worker in between. We are providing the industry's best devices to businesses going through the process of digital transformation. Partner with us today to provide the solutions that will allow your employees to work effectively and efficiently to enhance your customers' experience. Fulltech Systems, your technology center, where you'll come for the price but stay for the service.
Excuse me, sir? Yeah. But how can you pay with your phone? B-Box. What? What is B-Box?
B-Box have been his newest rewards program.
Really? Where I could get it from?
Man, check on the website bbox.bz, or you could download it from the App Store. And if you still don't know, check that young lady there and she'll hook you up.
I will surely do so. Good afternoon, miss. Can you hook me up with B-Box?
It's almost lunchtime and Alice is getting hungry and forgot to bring cash. She remembers that eCash now has a geolocation feature in which she can easily view the eCash merchants near her, especially restaurants. Her co-workers also ask her to order food for them.
Chicken chow mein, please, and a Coke.
The merchant sends her the payment link. She taps confirm, and within a few minutes, her food is delivered. Alice then views her transaction history and taps on the transaction recently made. Then taps the split the bill button, where she selects the unevenly option and moves the bar to the desired amount per person. The request is then sent to her friends. Her colleagues accept the request and are ready to enjoy their meals. Geolocation and splitting the bill via eCash make Alice's life a whole lot easier.
Great Belize Productions Channel 5, proud winner of 9 Caribbean Media Awards for 2021. Best Investigative Report, Best News Item, Best Coverage of People with Disabilities, Best Financial Literacy Journalism, Best Videographer, Best Television Commercial Spot, and the People's Choice Award, with 2 special mentions for Financial Literacy Journalism.
Are you looking for low-cost television advertising? Have we got a deal for you? Advertise on Channel 5's Daily Classifieds. Channel 5's Daily Classifieds is one of the most effective methods for introducing yourself and your business to the community. Use our Daily Classifieds to recruit employees, promote specials, promote your products or services, promote a business opportunity, increase traffic to your website, and advertise items you have for sale. Let us help you to save valuable time and money. Call us today at 280-0013 or visit us at our offices on Coney Drive to discuss how we can help your business grow affordably. Channel 5's Daily Classifieds. Advertise today.
Dwayne Moody, Isani Cayetano, Marian Ali, Paul Lopez. Your News 5 Belize teams do whatever it takes, go wherever they need to go, so you can catch the story wherever you are, whenever you want, on whatever device. Channel 5 Belize on television, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, because news is now everywhere, all the time, and so are we.
Welcome back to OIE. It's a beautiful morning out and we've got some great topics. As a matter of fact, we just finished up with transportation. You could watch that or rewatch on Facebook and of course on YouTube. But we're about to move on now into our second topic for this morning. This one is all about RCC BPO. And in case you're wondering what RCC means, it means Ready Call Center. All right, so they are in with us, Candy DePaz, Recruiting Director, along with Training Director Christy Frampton from RCC BPO. Guys, good morning and welcome.
Good morning.
Thank you.
Your shirt is basically saying it all.
Yeah,
But you need to expand a little bit on it just for the people to know.
What happens at RCC BPO? What do you guys do there? What's the job?
It's a fun job. For example, it's mostly based customer service. We offer sales campaigns. We are like a diverse culture in its own.
Really?
Yes.
Expand a little.
Expand on that. When we
what
say,
do you mean?
Many people, many different age types, you know, blending together as one to get the job done.
Yeah.
Which is really what we're supposed to be doing, right? Getting the job done.
So you make sales and what else?
Customer service.
Sales, customer service, marketing, and whatnot.
Data entry as well. So we have a variety of different, I would say, different sectors and different things that we offer. For example, we work with road assistance, insurance. We also do collections. So it's a variety of different services that we offer. And like Christy said, we are diverse because then we have people coming all the way from Toledo, coming to relocate in the city and, you know, getting that employment and, you know, especially Christmas right around the corner. Who doesn't need the extra finances, right?
So talk to us about the opportunities then that is available. You're saying you're so diverse.
Yes.
So what are the job opportunities and what kind of skills do I need in order to
be a part of
it? Okay.
Yeah.
The most important one is willingness to learn. Once you have that interest to learn, then everything comes along, right? Why did I start with that is because we need people who are conversational. We need people with that friendly personality. I'm sorry. With that friendly personality, you know, good listeners, people who are persuasive, for example, in the sales department, and again, the willingness to learn. Because then all these skills can be acquired or can be fine-tuned if you're willing to learn.
I know that there are over, I think, 3,000 RCC BPO employees. I don't want to call them employees, I call them members. You know, is that so? And how much do you need, and what's the timeline to get there?
Okay, so we are currently, I would say, 2,000 plus employees, right? And for this month only, we need over 500 employees.
Okay, go ahead.
Sorry. We're offering full-time and seasonal positions. So if you're looking for a little extra, feel free to always apply.
So seasonal meaning it's only for this month that you will need them? And
It would be like a temporary position whereby if, for example, you want extra cash for like a certain amount of time to get you through Christmas, that you can come on board with us. Because we find that right now a lot of people like would want an extra opportunity aside from the opportunity that they probably already have. So we find ways to work along with those people to give them an additional opportunity to be able to work with us.
So if I do my regular 8 to 5, I could actually do something else with you guys?
Yes.
What are the working hours there?
It varies. With all honesty, it varies because then we have some working hours that we cover strictly morning. You go in 5, by 2 you're out already. Or sometimes you go in at 10 and then by 6 you're out. So it all varies depending on which type of service you'll be assisting us with.
But a regular working shift is your average 8 hours?
Yes.
Okay.
8 hours, 45 hours a week.
45 a week?
Yeah.
And so you guys, like you mentioned, you're very diverse. Where are the offices of the RCC BPOs? Only in Belize City?
No. We have multiple locations. We have a building in Orange Walk, which is the Juniper building. We have 2 buildings in San Ignacio, and then we have 3 buildings in Belize City. The Old Miral building, we have the Icon building, and the Tropicana building.
Second floor.
So if I live in San Ignacio, can I be one of those 500 that would work out of San Ignacio?
Yeah. Definitely.
So it's not just limited to Belize City?
No, it's not only limited to Belize City.
Okay. Well, I have been hearing about Ready Call Center for
17 years.
Okay, great, because like, I'm not that old, but also it's been a while. So talk to us about progress and expansion. So now you need 500 employees. How did you get to like 2,000?
Yes.
Okay, well, to be honest, that's all part of the CEO and the vice president who have been out there promoting and, you know, exposing our company. We have been currently growing. We're getting more clients. We're planning to go international, as you all know. You know, and as we go along, it's a work in progress, I would say, because then we offer opportunities as well for growth within the company. We're talking about supervisors, we're talking about QAs, analysts, we're talking about program managers, we're talking about persons who will...
Trainers,
you
don't
know,
forget the trainers.
That's why you're here. And then we have the trainers, you know, it gives opportunity for growth. Many people believe that, oh, a call center job is, okay, it's not important.
It's
or
minuscule,
it's
not important.
But honestly, when you listen to the different pay rates out there, when you listen to the different opportunities they have, a call center job is completely different. I mean, right there, you get your master's degree, you get your associate's degree just in the way you handle the calls, in the way you handle operations, in the way you coordinate and organize everything. Because definitely another skill that you need is multitasking.
Which leads me to ask the question: if I'm going to school, am I able to work there?
We do have a campaign that is flexible to work with students. We just need to see your school schedule compared to what we have, and then we try to balance both. But we do have.
So we're looking forward to 500 additional people.
And that's just for the month of October.
Just for the month of October.
Yes.
So while we're looking for that, let's talk about what the salaries would look like, because I mean, you know,
they just want a month.
Yeah, you just want a month from me, but at the same time, I know that I've got a great job and I would like maybe to move on. I want to do something new, but is the salary competitive?
Truthfully, yes. We are paying $7 an hour. And then, of course, we have a lot of perks. We have bonuses, attendance bonuses. We're talking about different performance bonuses. We're talking about gift cards. We're talking about our whole employee engagement, you know, where you could get
Employee of the month,
gift certificates for Publix, whatever it may be. So
what is happening at Ready Call Center that it is only required for the month of October that you need 500 employees?
We need from October to December.
Okay.
Right? Just for the month of October, I need 500.
High
High peak.
High
Yes.
peak.
Right? That is true. You know, Christmas is coming again. People are purchasing.
Tourism season is going.
Yes.
Yeah.
People are purchasing, you know, gifts for their loved ones. So we need that extra hands on deck to be able to cater for everybody there.
But Candy and Christy, and I call on a name, because then there are other call centers out there, other companies. Why should I choose Ready Call Center?
Ha. Well, first of all, we're the largest, or not the largest, I would say we are the master or the pioneer of all call centers. That's one. Two, we offer sustainability. Why? Because even though we are requiring for these people to come in for the seasonal position that I'm talking about from October to December, January, we always give first priority to these people to continue working with us. Like I said, we're growing, we're getting new clients, we have multiple classes coming up. So definitely if your performance is good, your attendance is good, your behavior is good, that willingness is there, definitely you'll stay with us.
Yeah.
So it's not only thinking about short term, but we're thinking about long term.
Long-term.
Additional to that is that the customers or the clients we have are needs. I'm talking about insurance. That's a need nowadays. I'm talking about road assistance if I stay stranded.
That is a need.
That's a need, right? We're talking
If you get
about
locked out of your house.
Yes, if you get locked out of your house, that's another need. So we're offering campaigns that are not just temporary, right? The only time when we have high peak is with this data entry. But apart from that, once they complete that 3 months and we have other classes which we will have, then they become permanent workers with us.
So what happens when you get your 500 employees and you need them to stay for the month of October to December? What does the training look like for them so that they're able to get the skills, the necessary skills that they need for the next few months?
So usually training runs for about 1 week to 2 weeks. The maximum time for training would be over 3 weeks. But for the most part, the training really encompasses every single thing you need to know about the different lines of businesses that you're going to be servicing. So you're going to be learning about basic skills, soft skills, right? Which is something that if you decide to leave RCC, you can still go and take that customer service soft skill training that you learn and take it anywhere else, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we don't only focus on particularly client requests or needs or requirements. We also focus on internal needs, right? The customer service soft skills, the basic typing skills, how to use computers, because we really want to ensure that anyone that comes on board with us really has a rounded way of thinking, that they understand every single thing that they need to understand to be able to be successful.
You guys seem to have all the information. And
So far they bought everything out.
So, in Belize City, in Orange Walk, and in Cayo. At any point, do you see yourself branching out to the southern part of the country, which, of course, with all the villages, they've got a large population, and I feel 500 would be easy to forget in those areas.
Yeah.
Do we see that in the future?
Well, it's a possibility. You know, we always, again, we have room for growth, and you know, ideas coming from all over the place. Then we.
So you see now, Miss Nubia is definitely gonna be watching us and hearing what you said, and she's gonna be like,
exactly.
"That's a good idea."
Exactly.
You know, so okay, you're talking about all of these different skills and the way you would train somebody to work at RCC. How does the application form then look like for a job vacancy?
What do we have to do?
What do we have to do?
Okay, so
Very easy.
Very easy, very simple. You could either go to our RCC BPO Facebook page, or you could apply at erp.rccbpo.com/apply here. Sorry, your reaction, right? And then you fill out the application form. The recruiters will go ahead and contact you, whether you are. We always try to do it. There's a section that says location, and we always try to give you the nearest location, right, to our offices, and then we proceed from there. You come in, we do a screening, and then we proceed with the final interviews. And depending on how well you do, then that will determine if you get the job or not.
But I might not be able to speak fluent English. I speak only Spanish, or maybe I'm trying with my English, or I might be somebody with diverse ability.
We do have bilingual campaigns, and we also provide pre-training, which is basically once you go through the screening process and your selection is made, we ask that you come in prior to the actual training session so that we can work with you to develop those skills that you need. Right?
What about diverse ability? People might be in a wheelchair, or maybe, do we cater to people like this because they are capable, they can do the job?
Yes.
We totally do.
So you were talking earlier about students and kind of maintaining a position for them with their schedule. Is that part of a student package, or can people apply as a part-time job with you all?
They can apply as a part-time job. Again, it's just working around their schedule and our schedule to see how best we could move forward.
How many hours would that be for a part-time?
Well, it depends again on the schedule to see how best we could do it, but definitely have to be more than 6 hours.
What we normally ask for students is for them to bring in their package so that we can get an idea of their current agenda with school. And then based on that agenda, we work around it with our different clients to be able to schedule them in for the time slots that they are available. Because what we do have is we do have some students that go to school maybe 2 or 3 times for the week. Some of them go 1 or 2 days for the week during the daytime, and then maybe the other days during the nighttime.
So you can be flexible with the scheduling.
Yes, we try to be as flexible as possible. For students especially, it is important for them because a lot of them want something additional to do to be able to make that extra little cash to be able to provide for their school, paying for their lunch or whatever it is that they need for, right?
So a lot of the times people have this misconception, I don't want to work the call center because I don't want to give up my weekends. Talk to us about our flexibility. Yeah.
Again, we are a 24/7 company, right? And again, it's based on the demands that we have, and then maybe you might be asked to work one day of the weekend, and then you get another day off. But it's all based on the demands that we have, right?
Right. But do they then have to meet that 45-hour a week, or if they ask to be working for a weekend, that would be overtime or something to that effect?
Anything over 45 hours is considered as
Yeah.
overtime. So if someone comes in and they want to work additional time and we have the availability to do that,
the OT,
they can do it. We are like totally excited for that.
Like, you know what I'm gonna do, right? They try to get me for move for this job.
Definitely, because the OT is always open as well. So the overtime. I mean,
so it could be my choice if I'd like to do some overtime.
yes. Yeah. But again, with all honesty, we do offer overtime, but we're also looking at your performance, right?
So we're not just
because
give
it
you
won't be
overtime.
okay. You come in and okay, I will do whatever I
just
want,
sit
and
there
then
and just make the money.
your performance has to plays a big role. That's why again I went from the beginning the willingness.
Very important that you make mention of that. You just sit there and whatnot. So it depends on my aggression as one of the staff there.
Yeah,
we want people to be proactive because remember, like I said, once you come into a call center business or come to work for RCC, you're learning a lot of different skills that you can take any other place.
Right.
So even if you decide to just come and work for us for 5, 6, 7 months or less, you're still learning a lot from us. So we want you to take the initiative. We want you to be proactive. We want you to be able to come in and have a positive attitude to learn, to be willing to learn, because at the ending of the day, you're going to be learning so much from us that you can take it anywhere else.
Yeah. What about my age range? By 40, I might want a job at the call center. And but what about for these 500 people that we're actually looking to fill?
At the end of the day is the ability of doing the job, right?
Okay.
Because then, I mean, we won't classify them, okay, well, she's 45, right?
No,
Right? Right? We're talking about
Okay.
18 years and older.
Okay.
But I mean, we're flexible too to work with 17-year-olds if we see that they have the ability and the capability and the potential.
Okay.
To be honest, especially students, because more than ever they need the finances. Right?
I know.
And then if we're able to work with them and give them something part-time,
Yeah.
which would be this 3-4 months,
Yeah.
then why not?
You know, they picked the perfect recruitment campaigners for this because, man,
they know all the
second guessing a
information.
few things now.
Candy and Christy.
Tell us
Anything
again
else? Yes.
where we can find the application form, how to apply, what we need by when is the deadline?
Okay, well, the sooner the better, right?
Yeah.
I know, right?
Um,
Start coming in today.
Yes. Yeah, our offices are open at 190 Newton Barracks, Icon Building.
Yeah.
Feel free to come in.
I forgot to talk about the bus.
That's why he said anything else. I'm
Yeah.
not done yet.
Yeah, let's
So, you know, for the expo, we showcase our bus, right?
Mhm.
The recruitment mobile, we converted a bus into an office. And believe you me, if you want,
I never met it there, so I can't tell you.
Yes. So what we're doing is that we're gonna be around the community in Belize City.
Yeah.
We're gonna go to different locations in your neighborhood, so please be attentive. Look out for the RCC bus.
Yeah.
Right, and then you can visit right there. Go right in there in the bus. Sit and do your interview with the recruiters, and then we proceed with that.
So you go to them
instead of them coming to us.
We're
Isn't that a smart idea?
For example, say example today the weather, right? Right now it's raining. For me to move all the way from Martins all the way to Icon Building, and you know the dollar van are not running. Well, the $2 van is
in
not
that
here.
area, yeah.
Right? So we're making it
Much more easier.
easier and coming to you, right? So again, if you have the interest, if you're willing, come out. You know, we're gonna be today in Central American Boulevard and
Okay.
Kone Drive,
Yeah.
right? So look out for the RCC bus. I'll invite you. I'll give you a
Any-
shout out.
Any signing bonus?
Yes,
What's
and
that
that's
signing bonus? When we say that, what do we mean?
All right, what we mean? $500. You
Welcome bonus.
Your welcome bonus. Once you start working with us, you automatically qualify for
$500.
How if I sign
Run
into
that by me one more time because how?
Once you work with us, you start working with us, we give you a welcome, a sign-up bonus of $500.
This is after
On
you
the
went
first
through all
day?
the. This is after
Yeah,
you
you
went
have to
through all
go
the.
through the Of course, we have, you know, a criteria behind it. But I mean, $500, you can't go wrong. Who
You
gives
can't
you
lose.
$500 just?
She keeps looking at us, and
Yeah,
so
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
tempted.
Yeah.
Who gives you
to
$500 just to come work?
Candy, maybe I can totally refer these two lovely people.
Definitely.
So that I can also get a bonus.
Yeah, and we might take the entire staff.
Tripping over this thing.
They are carrying the entire staff.
But Candy
I just need the names, the
and
email
Christy.
addresses, the phone numbers, and I can sign you
I got
up and
your
I can get a
digits. I got
bonus
your
too.
digits.
So you can get a bonus and I can get a bonus, you know?
Wow.
We also have the refer a friend program.
Okay,
You
how
know,
how does that work?
we're coming in tiers. As long as you're an employee working with us, you refer one person, you get $100. You refer two persons, you get an additional $110.
So for everybody, you
It goes increasing.
Doubles and
It goes
triples.
increasing.
Yeah,
Triple.
you get a lot of
They
money.
got like 200 plus employees, you know, that
2,000
2,000 plus employees. It makes a lot more sense.
Yeah, well, I tell you what, I'll recruit 500 for the. That's the way we're going now, and it's 500.
Perfect.
Wow.
and
Any
Christy,
final
yeah, final
thoughts?
words.
One more. Anything you missed that we need our audience to know?
Come be one of us. I mean, for
The
the
shirt
most
is
part,
there.
we want.
Yeah.
We're excited to have you. We're a family. You know, we're all about the fun, all
Yeah.
about the learning and growing, right? Because at the ending of the day, you have opportunities to grow if you truly want to. So come be one of us.
All right,
Wow,
thank you
Candy
guys
Christy.
for joining us this morning. It was a great
Thank you too.
conversation.
Likewise.
We're looking forward to this signing bonus thing. It's a great
And
opportunity.
welcome. And the
Welcome bonus.
And the recruitment mobile.
You see? But it's a great opportunity. Look, there are a lot of people out there right now want a job.
Need
and
a
this
job.
is your opportunity to actually get into the workforce, and then you make your way from there. Guys, thank you so very much.
Thank you too.
Wishing you a very great day.
Likewise.
Hoping that you get, well, you will get your
Well, I would
500.
say I hope you have a supercalifragilisticexpialidocious day.
Wow.
Yeah, that's something
They
that's
get their 500 employees. Ladies, Thank you.
Thank
All
you.
right.
So
We're gonna
now
go to our next break.
it's actually World Teachers Day.
Yes.
And we've got something big coming up. We'll be teachers in just a few.
We have
And
something-
the little kids are coming up, right? So we'll be doing teaching in just a few. You want to see what the skill set are? You stay with us. We'll be right back with that.
Hello, friends. This is Dr. Bob Roberts with another 60-second sermon from God's Word. The Bible says, "But seek ye first the kingdom of God and His righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you." David Livingstone went to darkest Africa as a lone missionary. After some time, his missions committee wrote to him saying, "Some people would like to join you. What's the easiest road to get to where you are?" He replied, "If they're looking for the easiest road, tell them to stay in England. I want people who will come even if there's no road at all." To seek first the kingdom of God and follow Jesus Christ is not always easy, but the benefits are out of this world. Those early followers of Jesus paid dearly to follow Him. Philip and Jude were crucified. Peter was crucified upside down. Bartholomew was skinned alive and beheaded, as was James. Matthew was stabbed to death. Thomas was speared to death, and Andrew was crucified on an X-shaped cross. These sacrificed their lives in exchange for eternity so that the church could be alive today. When a friend once wrote to Dr. Livingstone about the sacrifices he was making in spending his days among the natives of Central Africa, he made the spirited reply, "Is that a sacrifice which brings its own best reward in healthful activity, in the consciousness of doing good, in peace of mind, and in the hope of a glorious destiny hereafter? Away with such a thought. I never made a sacrifice." May we too seek first the kingdom of God and His righteousness rather than our own selfish satisfaction, even if it's not an easy road. Today's 60-second sermon has been presented by Christian Foundations of Faith in cooperation with the Baptist churches in your area.
Everyone, including our elderly, needs to stay connected with their loved ones. With Smart's Golden Citizen broadband program, senior citizens can sign up for 10 megabytes of unlimited internet at a low monthly cost of $25. Citizens over 65 can sign up with a valid ID and receive free installation plus 1 month free on selected broadband plans. Visit a Smart showroom near you for more information on how you can enjoy Smart's Golden Citizen broadband program. Smart, bringing people together.
My parents always said, when it's time to build, invest in quality products that last a lifetime, even if it means paying a little more. It is now my turn to invest in my own home, and it's not even a question. It has to be Oran Windows. My contractor recommends Oran because of the heavy-duty construction, the thickest gauge blades on the market, and the dual locks that allow lower louvers to close independently for privacy while the top remains open for airflow. These features make Oran aluminum louver windows the best on the market.
With Oran aluminum louver windows, you get strength, durability, and beauty with an added layer of security and protection against debris and damaging winds. Come in and check out the variety of sizes and colors at Design Depot, located at Mile 3 Philip Goldson Highway in Belize City.
Hello eCash user, the eCash app is now available in Spanish. Changing the language in your eCash app from English to Spanish is quick and easy. Let me walk you through the steps. First, open your eCash app. Enter your PIN. Tap the More icon at the bottom of your screen. Choose Security. Select Language. Tap on Spanish. Then re-enter your PIN. And that's it! Your eCash app is now in Spanish, and you can continue to enjoy your eCash digital wallet. Belize Bank's eCash app makes life easier.
Great Belize Productions Channel 5, proud winner of 9 Caribbean Media Awards for 2021. Best Investigative Report, Best News Item, best coverage of people with disabilities, best financial literacy journalism, best videographer, best television commercial spot, and the People's Choice Award, with 2 special mentions for financial literacy journalism.
Are you looking for low-cost television advertising? Have we got a deal for you? Advertise on Channel 5's Daily Classifieds. Channel 5's Daily Classifieds is one of the most effective methods for introducing yourself and your business to the community. Use our Daily Classifieds to recruit employees, promote specials, promote your products or services, promote a business opportunity, increase traffic to your website, and advertise items you have for sale. Let us help you to save valuable time and money. Call us today at 280-0013 or visit us at our offices on Coney Drive to discuss how we can help your business grow affordably. Channel 5 Daily Classifieds. Advertise today.
Dwayne Moody, Isani Cayetano, Marian Ali, Paul Lopez. Your News 5 police teams do whatever it takes. Go wherever they need to go, so you can catch the story wherever you are, whenever you want, on whatever device. Channel 5 believes on television, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, because news is now everywhere, all the time, and so are we.
And we'll be back in a few, so stay tuned. Thanks, Jen. Hey there, we know you have to head out to work shortly, but don't forget that you can stay tuned by watching us on our Facebook live stream. Find us at Open Your Eyes BC, and you can continue watching there. You can also download Facebook Watch on your streaming device, and you can watch at your own convenience.
And for all the behind-the-scenes fun, follow us on Instagram at OYE Belize. So,
find us
and follow us
today.
Whether you're at home, on the road, at work, or at school, if you see news happening or suspect that something might be up, call or text the Channel 5 News Belize tip line at 672-5555. You don't have to give us your name, just give us the tip. That's 672-5555. Call or text us so we can check it out.
Just like that, we're back and we're moving now into our third and final segment for the morning. Now you might be wondering what we're doing here with student and a teacher. Today is actually World Teachers Day. And because it's actually World Teachers Day, we are actually going to be teachers for today. But we need supervision.
I mean, it's the hardest job in the world. It
So
is,
we
it really
know.
is.
Besides being a parent too, just to say, in with us we've got Sharice Flowers. She's an infant one teacher at St. Joseph Primary here in Belize City. Good morning.
Good morning, everybody. And thank you for lending us your lovely students for this morning. Guys, can I
Hey guys.
ask
Yes,
to
let's get
introduce
names.
your names this morning? So can
Uh-huh.
you tell our viewers this morning your name?
Kyle.
All right. Hi, Kyle. How are you?
Good.
All right, and
And then we have
I'm Liam.
Hi, Liam. Are you happy to be here today?
Yes.
All right. And then we have
Ariel.
Ariel. Ariel, how old are you?
5.
5. I like her. Are you happy to be here? Aww. And then we have
My name is Michelle and I'm 4.
Oh my God! I know, your mommy gone through that last night. Huh? If you're so beautiful, are you happy to be here?
Yeah.
Oh my God!
Well, I am really excited to have all of you here because you get to help me and John out this morning.
That's right.
So I know you guys have your teacher, but John and I will attempt
to teach
you today.
Are you going to help us? Yay!
All right, so we have one activity here this morning, and it has pictures on it.
All right.
And initially, I think we might color today,
You
but we're
thought
not
we were
doing
going to
that.
color today?
We're not doing that.
All
We
right.
are going to be circling the sound of each picture.
All right. So let's pass it down.
To Liam and Kyle and Michelle and
All right.
Ariel.
So here we go. One for you, Ariel, and one for you, Michelle.
So before we circle, what is the first picture that you see on the paper?
I see a star.
You see a star. What?
Kyle, what do you see? Your first picture. A pig. Liam?
Liam.
A what? Which one?
Ambulance.
An ambulance.
Ambulance.
I will. When I'm 5, I don't know if I
don't think I can mix it out here.
Ambulance.
And Ariel. What is that? A pineapple.
Okay, a
Beautiful.
pineapple.
All right, Liam. Kyle, what sound does the pig make? How? Do it again in the mic.
Yeah.
Can you all do the sound like Liam? I'm like Kyle, sorry. What sound does the pig
What
make?
song does it? Yeah. What song does a pig make?
So,
All right.
circle. So is that a sound? You make that sound with. You can make that sound, right? Like the pig. So do you think that that picture is a picture for you all to circle if it makes a sound? Yeah. All right. Let's do that. Let's circle the pig.
Circle.
All right, can
All
I
right.
explain?
Sure, Yes, explain to them,
Okay.
teach.
So first, you will need to make sure that you yourself have a copy so that they can see what exactly they need to do. Because you guys asked what was the first picture and they all said their own
picture.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
So you have to have a copy and you have all of them looking, Liam, Ariel. And make sure everybody's attention is at you. And this is our first picture here. What is this picture? A pig. Very good. Now, what is the first sound we hear in pig? What's the beginning sound we hear in the word pig? Not the sound that the pig makes. What's the beginning sound? Pig. Right? So we have 2 letters here. What letters do we have here? What letter? What letter is this? P. Very good. And what letter is this? S. Which one is the beginning sound for pig? Very good. So you
my
will
gosh.
circle. So you will circle the letter P. That
Circle
is
the
what
letter
you do,
P.
right?
There we
That is
go.
amazing.
Say we have a
No,
skill.
that is amazing.
We have a
And I
skill.
know, honestly, it is because for me, because I am an adult, I automatically know what to
Yes.
do.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
you want to apply that adult skill into kids, and it doesn't work.
All right, so
That's amazing.
let's go to
All
the
right.
second one. I wish I could get one of them paper. Let's
Right.
get somebody's paper.
All right, can I borrow your paper,
Yes,
Kyle?
let's borrow Kyle's paper.
All right, so then what is the second picture?
What is that picture?
Ambulance.
Ambulance.
All right, an ambulance. Start with
Very good.
Do you and do you see an by ambulance?
So
All right, so you want to circle that one?
Yeah.
All right, there we go. All right. Oh, we got for your paper. We got for your paper. All right, so here we go, guys. And the third picture is, what is that picture?
It's a turtle.
Liam, what is this one?
Turtle.
It's a turtle, and turtle starts with?
Very good, Michelle.
Liam, what does turtle start with? And guys, on your paper, do you see a T?
What do you see the letter that makes the T sound? Yes, so you
Do
circle
you
it.
see it? All right, circle that letter. Yeah,
That's
my
awesome.
gosh, this is so cool.
All right, and then we go to the next picture. What picture is this? A
Oh,
star.
man.
And what sound begins the
yes.
star?
S.
Oh, he don't know the answer already.
Yes. So what will you do on your paper?
Circle.
Very good. You will circle it.
Oh my
Go
God.
ahead.
Circle the S then. Beautiful.
We're
Love
almost
that.
done. We're
Love that.
almost done.
All right. So this picture now, this one that I'm pointing on, Liam. This picture, what is this?
Pineapple.
Pineapple.
Kids are so smart.
Yes. And pineapple starts with a.
I like pineapple.
You like
Me too.
pineapple?
I love
Boy.
me too, Michelle.
Yeah, we love. I love pineapple too.
And what the letter does the P sound?
Do you see the
It's okay.
P. So what are you going to circle on your paper?
The P. All right, circle it. Uh-huh.
Almost
There you go,
done, Liam.
Liam.
Almost done. Right now we're going to get
Alright.
you a new pencil. And
Alright.
the final picture?
The final picture is a what? A 10. Liam?
What do you do in a
A
10?
10.
And I went camping last time.
And
And
were
do you
you
wear
in a
the
10?
skater?
Yeah.
Where's your 10 finger pretty like this?
Yeah.
Awesome. So what sound does the tent work? And what letter is that? Oh,
T.
so good. Kyle is knocking all of these
Yeah,
out.
Kyle is going good.
So
All right,
circle,
circle
bellow.
the T. Ah, there we go.
Perfect.
Everybody smart. Let's clap for it. Let's give a round of applause.
And thank you all for being so good on set.
Mm-hmm.
So, teacher,
Yes.
what grade do we get now?
I would give you a 7.
It's okay.
That is still a passing
fair.
mark.
It's a passing
yes,
mark.
Yes, it is
It's
a passing
fair.
mark. And
But
there are areas for improvement, of course.
So walk us through what we could have done better.
Okay.
And how you would do it in your classroom.
Firstly, I would review every sound that we have taught because this has several sounds on it. So I would have my teaching aid, whether a video, a song, whether just a simple chart,
Yes.
so that they could go over the pictures, go over what sound, what letter makes, and then we go into the test. So
Okay.
before I actually give them the paper, we would do a practice test on the board, not with these pictures, with different pictures, different answers,
Okay.
and then I will have the kids come up, circle the answers, and then I will give them the paper.
yeah.
So I will give them the paper, we will go over each picture first. Then we will start going over one at a time and we'll have them do it. Of course, I will explain the rules to them, that they shouldn't be sharing answers if it is a test and so forth, right? But so far you guys did good, and also you should be walking around
When you're-
just to make sure that they are doing what they're supposed to do, because you will have kids that will be doing whatever they want, right?
Right.
So you have to make sure that everyone is on task, so it's important to walk around.
All right. So Michelle wants.
Michelle has a
some-
question.
yes.
Write
All
your
right,
name.
Michelle, write your name.
If you all want to
You
write
guys
your
can
name,
write your
too,
name
you
on
can
your
absolutely
paper.
Write your name.
That's right.
So-
And so, with the onset of World Teachers Day, what does that mean for you personally?
Honestly, it's not something that we celebrate at our school. We
Yeah.
usually wait for the national or the district levels. But so far, I'm happy to know that people recognize the hard work that we do.
Yeah.
It's definitely motivation to make you want to work harder or to continue to do what you're doing, no?
And for you personally, again, why the profession of a teacher?
Honestly, I followed fate.
Yeah.
I know personally that I wanted to work with students, I wanted to work with people. So I had two choices, and I followed my faith and I prayed on it and I just went with it. And honestly, I could say I don't regret a thing.
Yeah.
So I'm happy.
What is the most fulfilling part
about being a teacher?
Honestly, I love the ending of the years. Not to say that the time is over, but it's the time that you will see the most progress that they have made. You know that when your students come in, they are at a certain level, and when they leave you, you say, okay, wow, this child came in, he didn't even know how to write his name.
Yeah.
Now he's reading, now he's doing so many things, and I could say, I proudly did that, you know?
Okay.
Teachers, they really are the molders of every single person in
Indeed.
society.
Indeed.
They're all the professions in one profession.
And one of the most important thing, and this is final for me, following your faith.
Yes.
How important, because you know there are a lot of people looking at this and they might not be able to or might not recognize that this is their faith and want to follow or not know how to follow. What would be your advice to them?
It's never too late. It's never too late to go back to what you want to do. So let's say if you followed, you thought you were following your faith, but maybe when you're midway, you say, okay, I'm not happy with where I am. Maybe you could just go back to where maybe you think the next direction was. So don't lose it, pray, and eventually you will end up where you want to be.
Beautiful. Lovely, lovely, lovely.
We want to wish you and all of your staff at St. Joseph's
Thank you.
Happy World Teachers Day. And thank you, children. Thank you, Ariel, Michelle, Kyle, and Liam for being so wonderful on set this morning. Did you guys have fun? Yeah?
Can we say thank you to John and April, Miss April?
Thank you.
Thank
All right,
you.
so one final word. Her name is April. What letter does her name starts with? A. You see? April. My name is John. My name is John. It starts with a?
Smart, brilliant kids.
We are so thankful that you were able to join us. Are you going to have a good day at school?
Yes.
Anybody want to continue being the TV?
Say hi, you wave.
Say hi and bye. Oh my goodness, so cool. And one of the most important things, especially having children around, is to have their parents as well.
Yes.
We're so glad that we have the
Thank
parents
you.
of these
Thank
children. So glad, and it's always good to have that hands-on first experience with them.
Definitely.
Excellent. Thank you guys so very much. Yeah, on the party too. Thank you so very much, Teacher Sharice.
Yes.
Here's to wishing you all the very best
Thank
and
you so
happy
much for having
World
us.
Teachers Day.
Thank you.
All right, so just like that, we've come to the end of this segment. We're going to take our final break of the morning, and when we come back, we'll be
Wrapping things up.
We'll be right back.
Start your engines now for the National MSME Roadshow, geared towards building the resilience of MSMEs and developing a national MSME directory. Sign up for this 3-day event filled with intensive boot camps, presentations, MSME support and formalization clinics, pop-up shops, and more to help you develop and promote your business. The National MSME Roadshow will be in Corozal starting August 24th, Orinduap August 31st, Billy City September 7th, Punta Gorda September 14th, Key Cocker September 22nd, Belmopan September 28th, San Ignacio and San Helena on October 5th, Dangriga October 12th, Placencia October 19th, and closes in San Pedro from October 26th. Learn more and sign up for the National MSME Roadshow by visiting the Beltrade Facebook page or call or WhatsApp us at 613-5139. And let's get your business on the road.
Life can be tough when a loved one suddenly departs. Dependents of the deceased are sometimes left alone to pick up the pieces and may be stranded financially. Fortunately, the Social Security Board provides survivor's benefit to ease the burden. Survivor's benefit is paid to a widow or widower, children under 18 years, or up to 21 years if attending school, or dependent parents. A survivor's benefit can be either a grant or a pension. Want to know more about survivor's benefit? Visit our website or contact any of our offices to have someone assist you. Also, be sure to visit our Facebook page and give us a like to stay informed. Social Security Board, safeguarding you, your family, your future.
Everyone, including our elderly, needs to stay connected with their loved ones. With Smart's Golden Citizen broadband program, senior citizens can sign up for 10 megabytes of unlimited internet at a low monthly cost of $25. Citizens over 65 can sign up with a valid ID and receive free installation plus 1 month free on selected broadband plans. Visit a Smart showroom near you for more information on how you can enjoy Smart's Golden Citizen broadband program. Smart, bringing people together.
Just like that, we're back and we're inside the classroom of Channel 5. This is actually 5 University.
5 University.
This is where we are at this particular point. And my name is Kyle Lightburn.
You know what? Liam can go both ways, and my name is Liam.
It was a great time this morning. We had some great conversations. April, we actually got things started this morning with the Minister of Transport along with his CEO. And they're trying to curb things, wanting to see some significant changes within the transportation system in this country. That's what they're actually looking out for. But at the same time, while they're doing that, the Belize Bus Association of Pennsylvania, the Belize Bus Association is saying, hey, you know, these changes are actually fast coming. It's too fast for us, and we might not have what we need to eventually get there. The minister is saying, you've got up until December to make the changes.
You know, progress takes time. I understand that. Progress and change, and to change an entire culture and the way we do public transportation has been the same for the past 40 years. So it is going to take some time to change it, but what I really appreciate is that they're actually, one, having the conversation, and two, they are collaborating. Yes, there are some hiccups because those are what make headlines, but it seems that they do have an open channel for communication.
Indeed.
So we'll see what happens in December.
And that's the primary thing for success, when you communicate and you communicate effectively. If we could do that, then why not, huh?
And then, of course, we had our friends from the Radical Center.
RCC
you know, I think they
BPO.
did this on purpose. Candy and Christy.
Oh, man.
Candy and Christy from the Radical Center BPO came to recruit. Job opportunities are there. They're looking for 500 persons to work from October to December. And they are going to be all over. So check out the RCC bus that's coming to a neighborhood near you. And their applications are available online.
That's right. Their buses today, so that recruitment bus is going to be on Corner Drive today and also on the Boulevard. So you might want to meet them. There is a $500 signing bonus.
All you have to do is get the job and you automatically get $500.
Just like that. There are some stuff they're looking forward to, so you might want to sign up and be a part of it. Get a hold of the workforce and what it is to actually have a job. So thank you.
Thank you, thank you. And of course, closing off the show this morning, where John and I are sitting in a classroom. Happy World Teachers Day. We were so privileged to have the class, the students from the St. Joseph RC School and Teacher Chicha, Cherise Flowers, in with us just to honestly show us the work that a teacher would go through on a day-to-day basis in the classroom. And even though it was like a short 15 minutes, she practically take away minute and be like, guys, there are some skills that you need to have. And even though we passed, she showed us the efforts that it does take to be a teacher.
And it takes a lot of effort. And of course, we're so grateful to have had her in this morning. We give kudos to our teachers throughout this country. And of course, to you, the parents, because you are teachers yourself, your neighborhood, and this entire country. But I'll tell you what, April, what's the first picture that you're seeing here?
Their favorite animal, the handsome animal.
My goodness, I tell you, man. The first picture is a pig. And where do they keep them? In a?
Pen?
No, a sty. It's a pigsty.
All right, so anyways,
and the letter that you see here, what does a sty start with? An S. Do you see an S on there? April, do you see an S there?
Yes, I see an S. It's right next to the P.
Can you circle that S for me, please?
No, because my pencil no have.
Well, you could use mine. Can you circle that S? Indeed. Thank you for joining us this morning. We do have a birthday shout out though, and we would like to say a big happy birthday to.
So I would love to give a big happy birthday shout out to Jayshan and Jayshen.
Yes.
Arana from Belmopan, Josh. These are your wonderful, lovely, beautiful twins. Happy birthday to them happy birthday to Jayshawn and Jayshen, and I had to coach myself to say it.
To say the names, huh?
Yes, so this is coming from your family and friends, your parents, Josh and Jamira. Thank you so much for sending that shout out. And from all of us here at Channel 5 at OIE, happy birthday, Jayshawn and Jayshen.
I got one final birthday shout out.
Of course you do.
I would like to say, and you guys said it yesterday, but this guy is dear to us. He is dear to this country. I'm talking about my brother from another mother, Jason Badillo. Belated birthday greetings to you. His birthday was yesterday.
We did give him a shout out.
We celebrated yesterday. He is a beloved person throughout this country. He is well recognized. He's my brother. Wishing you all the very best. Jason Badillo from your SKZ team, your Sakizme team. We love you so very much, my brother. Happy belated birthday. Now for you, if you've got a birthday shout out or question, concern, drop us a line right here. You'll see it on the table right now. OIE@channel5belize.com right there. Exactly.
Of course, you can catch our live stream on our Facebook at Open Your Eyes BC and our highlights on Instagram at OIE Belize.
Hey, do not hesitate, man. You can join us again tomorrow when you open your eyes.
And you start your morning, right?
And as per usually, keep your eyes, your mind,
and your heart.
Yep, continue to be nice, man. It's a beautiful country. It's a beautiful day. Let's continue to be great to each other. Do enjoy your day, Belize. We'll see you tomorrow.
Open Your Eyes was brought to you by the Belize Bank. Our country, your bank.